Warning. In this review, I'm going to be spoiling some major plot points and details about the episode, so if you want to watch the episode and don't want any information spoiled, it's probably best if you wait until after you watch it to watch this video. Anyways, let's get on with the review. Well, hey guys, MonstersReview here, and today I'm going to review the Teen Titans Go and Powerpuff Girls crossover. I've heard this crossover being called a number of things. Teen Titans Go vs Powerpuff Girls, Heroes vs Heroes, the Teen Titans Go and Powerpuff Girls completely organic crossover special. I doubt that's true. It's probably evident to many of you that I don't like Teen Titans Go or the Powerpuff Girls reboot, but I'm going to try my best to provide an objective and non-biased review of this particular episode. Before I start talking about the episode, what's up with all these short crossovers, Cartoon Network? They hyped up and promoted and made a big deal of this crossover, which made me expect that it was going to be a longer episode, but it was only 10 minutes long. And by the way, I think they're officially billing this as an episode of Teen Titans Go because they used the Teen Titans Go intro before it started. To sum up what happens in the episode, Mojo Jojo travels to an alternate dimension where quote-unquote superheroes don't care about stopping villains in order to escape the Powerpuff Girls. Mojo meets up with Beast Boy and Cyborg and convinces them to help him build a monkey army simply because they think it sounds cool. After they leave, the Powerpuff Girls arrive looking for Mojo and they team up with Raven, Robin, and Starfire to take him down, while still having a little bit of a friendly competition to see who the better heroes are. So, what's my opinion on this? Honestly, it was decent. It wasn't that bad and it was average. This was a lot better than any of the episodes I've seen of the Powerpuff Girls reboot, and I noticed that this crossover definitely features a lot more of the Teen Titans than the Powerpuff Girls. The Powerpuff Girls in this special weren't that interesting and they were really bland in my opinion, which allowed characters like Robin, Starfire, and Raven to get more attention. Here's some of the things I liked. I think a lot of the humor was hit or miss, but some of it was pretty enjoyable. I liked how in the beginning they kind of poked at Teen Titans Go, when Mojo said he discovered an alternate dimension where superheroes don't care about stopping villains. There was a few fourth wall breaks between Robin and the Powerpuff Girls narrator, and I noticed that this is definitely not the first time the fourth wall has been broken on Teen Titans Go. I've seen a few clips of it online, and I'm not sure if it's a common occurrence in Teen Titans Go because I don't watch it, but nonetheless, I really like the way they dealt with it in this episode. Robin notices the narrator and almost kind of treats it like an inner conscience, which I thought was pretty clever. I noticed the Powerpuff Girls had slightly thicker outlines than they do in the reboot, and I'm not sure if that was to accommodate to the Teen Titans Go art style or whatever, but I definitely do prefer the thicker outline look. I also liked the friendly rivalry between the Powerpuff Girls and the Teen Titans during the episode, especially when Starfire and Bubbles have kind of a mini conflict over who can be the most kind. Here's some of the things I didn't like. I really didn't like Beast Boy and Cyborg in this episode. They were just obnoxiously annoying. For example, when Mojo arrives in the Teen Titans Go headquarters, Beast Boy is farting while saying his ABCs. I don't know how anyone can find that the least bit amusing. There was also a few unnecessary musical numbers and songs featuring Mojo, Cyborg, and Beast Boy that were really repetitive and didn't add anything to the episode. Like I said before, the humor was hit or miss, so some of it wasn't that enjoyable. Especially the part of the episode where the Teen Titans treat the Powerpuff Girls like babies who can't comprehend anything. That was really predictable. Something else I noticed was that compared to the other episodes of the Powerpuff Girls reboot, Buttercup's voice sounded oddly masculine at times during this episode. I know she's a tomboy and all, but sometimes her voice just sounded really manly. Like her voice actress was trying to impersonate a man, which I wouldn't imagine being the voice for a young girl. Also, this crossover has some lazy writing in my opinion, especially the ending. It shows what appears to be the Powerpuff Girls flying into Mojo Jojo's zoo base, and Mojo traps them, only to find out it was the Teen Titans in disguise. This was horrible. This is a bit of a nitpicky thing to say, but the silhouettes of the girls flying in were proportional to what the actual girls look like, unlike the Teen Titans disguises. And also, how did they all fly in if Robin can't fly? I also didn't understand why Mojo went into an alternate dimension to rebuild his monkey army if it served him no purpose in the dimension that Townsville's in.
Shut up and take my money!
So, like I said, it was pretty average, and if you haven't seen it, I'd suggest checking it out. Don't get me wrong, I still don't like Teen Titans Go or the Powerpuff Girls reboot, but this episode as its own thing isn't that bad. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like below and let me know your opinions on the crossover in the comments. Also, make sure you follow me on social media at MonstersReview, and check out my Patreon for some pretty cool stuff. As always, I'm MonstersReview, thanks for watching, and have a spectacular day.